Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Little Intimidator YT, and today in this video I'm going to be reacting to Shane, Celebrities Conspiracy Theories 2. Sorry that I didn't record the first one, but it's just the recording failed, so let's just watch number 2.
Guys, we just filmed the first podcast with Superman! We talked a lot about period blood and and probably a lot of things you've never talked about.
Never. Probably, you're really out of my comfort zone, but I really tried to, level up with these dudes. And I was like, I could talk about this, whatever. But we give you a lot of period information.
A lot of period, a lot of talk about vaginas and making out with girls.
And a lot of conversation about genitals.
About my genitals. Okay.
And specifically your mother's genitals.
Yeah. Guys, if you want to listen to the podcast or watch it, I'll put the links down there. SoundCloud.com/ShaneandFriends. And we talk about my boner, and we talk about her making out with girls and making out with me later, right?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes, today is that time again where we are going to talk about conspiracy theories. Now, today we have a collection of all different types of conspiracies. They don't really follow a common theme. We have pop star ones, TV ones, and even a video game one. But I'm going to start with the one that creeps me out the most. And that is that Britney Spears, for the last 10 years, actually has not sang her own albums. I know, it sounds crazy. Let me break it down. So on pretty much every Britney Spears song, they give credit to the background singer. That's a singer who kind of does all the ooh yes in the back, which sound just like Britney, by the way. So Britney's main backup singer is Maya Marie. She has been singing for Britney for a long time. So back in 2008, when Britney Spears went crazy and shaved her head and stuff, she came out with a really amazing album called Blackout. I own it. I still listen to it today. But it didn't make sense, because it's like, why is Britney so great on this album? How did you get her into the recording studio? Wasn't she out going crazy and shaving her head? Well, that's where the conspiracy starts. People think that Maya has actually been singing for Britney Spears since that album. So that means
that's
maybe
alright.
Britney Spears didn't sing a word on that CD. Now, maybe recently she has. Now she's,
like
got her
a
shit together,
different
but the
girl,
record
seems
label's
like
probably
it's still.
We need Britney music. We don't care that she's going crazy. We need to get a bitch that can sing just like her. Bring her in here so we can sell some fucking albums. Well, Star Magazine interviewed Maya's dad, and he fucked up, and he gave away the secret. He said, my daughter sings for Britney Spears.
Okay.
The truth is, Maya can sound just like her. Maybe Britney doesn't even know whose voice is on her own album. Maybe she just comes in, lays down a track, leaves, and doesn't care. So that got people thinking, wait, she sounds just like Britney. What does that mean? Well, this is where it gets really scary. A demo track for one of Britney's albums called Black Widow was leaked, and Maya is singing it, and it sounds just fucking like Britney Spears. Listen.
Oh my god.
Hello? That's fucking Britney Spears. If you listen to the Blackout album, doesn't it kind of sound like a Britney Spears impersonator? You know what I mean? Like, it sounds like Maya is a good impersonator, and she sang the whole album. Because there's moments where it's like, to Britney. Give me more. Like, that's too much Britney. So I don't know. I personally feel like it's true. I feel like the record label hired this girl. She came in, she sang all the songs.
Good job, people.
Britney's like, man, these songs are good.
They made
Where the
money
fuck did they come from?
off of it.
Which also
Nice.
explains why Britney
Nice.
doesn't really like talking about the Blackout album. She kind of likes to pretend like it didn't happen. I don't know, it
Nice.
creeps me out. Every time I hear one of those songs off that
Wait,
album,
what
it's just
the
I don't know,
heck
it's
does he have in his
imagine,
fingers?
it's not what we thought. I don't know. But that brings us to the second conspiracy, which is not even a conspiracy, really. It's the truth, because there's proof. So I'm sure you guys remember the popular girl group, the Pussycat Dolls. There was 6 girls, and they all sang and danced, or did they? Now, this is a conspiracy I found out on my own when I was 14, and I was at Target, and I saw the album, and I picked it up, and I was like, oh, I like one of their songs, maybe I'll buy it. Then I noticed on the back of the album, at the very bottom, in very fine print, it said, all vocals done by Nicole Schwartzinger. All vocals. Literally, none of the other girls sang. None of them. They all just pretended to sing. They all danced around and just went... I mean, I could fucking do that. Now, I don't think Nicole has ever publicly admitted this, but the proof is on the fucking album. But it's crazy, when you see them perform live, all
Then she did a really good job.
When you see them in music videos, it cuts to a girl singing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she's faking it. That is not real. It's all Nicole. Nicole even changed her voice a little bit for the backgrounds to make it sound like different girls.
Dang, that girl's really good at singing for them. Yep. If I was the director, hire.
The music industry is so fucked up. It's just you never know who's real and who's not. Which brings us to our next conspiracy. Now this one is very dumb, but it's still really fucking creeps me out for some reason because, well, I believe everything. The conspiracy is that Justin Bieber is a shapeshifter and a fucking reptile. Now, the theory about reptiles and shapeshifters has been around forever. People think that people in the government are reptiles, that the whole world is being controlled by reptiles in people suits. I know, it sounds crazy, but I believe it. And they mainly think that, you know, the Illuminati or the people who control everything are reptiles. So when big pop stars come out and kind of take over the world, they're actually just reptiles and they're a part of this plan. Now, the reason this one got started was because Justin was in court and he blinked, and the way his eyes blinked looked very reptilian. Check it out.
What the?
What? Like, I know people are like, oh, maybe it was just the camera quality. No, that was fucking... People in that courtroom were probably like, just imagine though, it kind of makes sense. Like, what if he is a reptile?
True.
And what if he was breeded to become this pop star by all the reptile, you know, fucking government people? And maybe now he's like over it and wants to change and wants to get out of it, and that's why he's acting out. I mean, look, it happened to Britney Spears when she went crazy. It happened to Amanda Bynes, Lindsay Lohan. Maybe they're all just reptiles who
What
shed their
the
skin.
hell?
That creeped me out. Now, speaking of things that
Yeah,
aren't
me
always
too.
seen, this next conspiracy theory is kind of crazy. Now, this conspiracy is that all of the characters in Mario Brothers, those video games, are just actors. Stay with me. I know it's confusing. So basically, the game itself is a stage play. So basically, what's happening in the game is just a bunch of characters acting. And the whole game is really just a play. Now, this is why this makes sense. Every game starts with curtains opening, and then you see all the characters. And every game ends with the curtain closing, just like a play. All the levels in the game look like sets, like hanging clouds, and those big boxes, they all have shadows behind them, which means that they're like set. Even like the little things you jump on, those are all hanging from ropes, just like they would be in the stage play. And then every time you finish a level, Mario runs off stage. He literally runs off the set. Like the set ends and then it's black. Also in the game, sometimes there's that little camera guy that's kind of swooping down and filming everything. And in some countries, instead of levels, they say episodes. And then think about it. Sometimes Mario is a cat, and then sometimes he's a bird. And then sometimes, you know, he's different animals. He's playing different parts. He's wearing costumes. So in this weird world of Mario, him and all his friends are just actors. And that's why sometimes, you know, him and Luigi are friends. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're fighting. Sometimes him and Bowser are enemies. They're not. It's because they're all just playing parts. So that's not like creepy, but it is kind of interesting to think like, wow, everything you thought about Mario is not what you thought. Why would they make it like that? Why would they want it to be a play? I don't know. But next time you play it, check it out. Play it. Next time you play. Whoa. Am I high? No, I'm just crazy. Okay, now this next conspiracy is kind of dark and makes me uncomfortable even talking about it, but I'm going to anyways. This is a conspiracy that Lindsay Lohan has a twin who is dead. So the conspiracy theory goes that Lindsay Lohan had a sister named Kelsey, and they filmed The Parent Trap together. Well, after they filmed the movie and Disney loved it so much, they were like, this is going to be a hit, this is going to be amazing. Kelsey died in a car accident. Now, Disney didn't know what to do because they were like, fuck, we can't release a movie if one of the stars is dead, like what are we going to do? And that's when they came up with the plan to say that Lindsay Lohan played both parts herself. Now, of course, Lindsay Lohan's parents love fame, they love attention, and they're like, oh, okay, we cannot let this movie not get released, so we're just going to go along with this plan. And that is where the resentment started that Lindsay had for her parents. She was mad that she had to pretend like her sister never existed. She had to go on talk shows. She had to pretend like she played this part herself, when in reality, her lost sister was there next to her the whole time. So the theory continues saying that the reason Lindsay slowly declined into craziness and madness, drugs and alcohol is because she was dealing with this secret, dealing with the death of her sister and not able to tell anybody. And that's why there's so much animosity with the parents, and that's why it's just such a fucked up situation. I don't know. I know that sounds crazy. They all sound crazy. But I thought that kind of makes sense. Wouldn't you go crazy if you had to pretend like your sibling didn't exist? So next time you watch The Parent Trap, think about it. Did they really have the technology back then to make that work? Like, Lindsay and Lindsay were interacting. They were hugging. They were doing all these things. Was the technology really around back then? I don't think it was. So maybe you're not just watching Lindsay. Maybe you're watching Kelsey. Speaking of kids who have fucked up parents, the last conspiracy is that Khloe Kardashian's dad is actually O.J. Simpson. I feel like I might have already talked about this before in a video, but it's worth talking about again because it's pretty interesting. Now, as you guys know, the Kardashians' dad, Robert Kardashian, was defending O.J. Simpson in that trial. And the Kardashians were really good friends with the O.J. Simpson family, and they hung out together, they went on vacation together, and some people speculate that Kris Jenner hooked up with O.J. Now, if you look at Khloe next to her sisters, she does not look like them. Like, at all. I actually think Khloe's really pretty. I'm not just saying, like, be politically correct or anything. I think think she is. But she does not look like those sisters. Now, if you put Chloe's face next to OJ's face, check out the similarities. I mean, that's pretty fucking similar. Now, look at a picture of Chloe next to OJ Simpson's daughter. Definitely looks a lot more like Chloe than Kim and Courtney do. Now, this conspiracy theory got so big that they wanted Chloe to do a DNA test on her show, and she said no. I mean, maybe she said no because she's like, fuck you guys, I don't need to do that. But maybe she said no because she was like, fuck. Maybe it's true. Now, recently, a lot of news has come out about OJ because of the show. And, he's in jail right now. And one of the prison guards was talking to him. And he said to the prison guard, Chloe's my kid. I'm tired of hiding it. Chloe's my kid. Now, OJ's crazy and a fucking murderer, so you can't completely believe him. But I don't know. It makes you wonder, what are celebrities hiding? What's real? Are they reptiles? Do they have dead siblings? Who are their parents? Are they actually singing on the records? It could all be fake. Well, there you guys go. Those were all the conspiracy theories for today.
Wow, Shane. You're just making me feel so weird, man. Dang. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to subscribe, leave a like, comment down below, and peace out.